on slide 17, we're going to finish up some notes for parallel and perpendicular lines. And then you're going to work on your Delta math assignment. So write an equation with the point 2,5 and parallel to the x-axis. So we need to do a point on here. So let's see. How could we make a point? Are there any points to the side of the slide? Oh, good. All right, awesome. I'm going to grab 2 points and move them over here so I can use them. All right. So we need to plot a point at 2, 5. So over 2, up 5. It says write an equation that is parallel to the x-axis. So let's draw the line. I need the arrow line, or do they already have lines over there too? No? Okay. Parallel to the x-axis. So which one's the x-axis? Left to right, horizontal. So there's a line. I am going to make it black and thicken it up and put arrows on both sides. So this is parallel to the x-axis. It's a horizontal line. Anytime we have a horizontal line, think about HOI. H stands for horizontal. The O stands for zero slope. And the Y stands for how the equation's written. It's going to be Y equals, what is the Y value in our point? 5. That's it. That's all we got to do. Y equals 5. Zero slope. Okay, let's go over to this one. Write an equation with the point 2, 5 and parallel to the y-axis. So I need a point. So plot a point again at 2, 5. And this time it says parallel to the y-axis. So how is the line going to look? Yeah, vertical line. Straight up and down. Going to thicken it up, make it black. Arrows on both ends. So anytime we have a vertical line, think VUX. So we have HOI VUX. HOI is horizontal. VUX is for vertical lines. So if it's vertical, that means it's an undefined slope. So our equation's written as x equals a number. What is the x value on our point? 2. So x equals 2. Pretty easy. Okay, let's go back over here. Write an equation with the point -1, 3 and parallel to the x-axis. So plot the point -1, 3 parallel to the x-axis. So how is it going to look?
Same slope.
Parallel to the x-axis, horizontal or vertical line? Horizontal. So will we use HOI or VUX? HOI, because it's horizontal, right? That means our equation is written as y equals, what's the y value? 3. See how it's coming from our x, y coordinate? Write an equation with the point -1, 3 and parallel to the y-axis this time. Plot the point -1, 3. It's going to be parallel to the y-axis. So which way is it going to go? Vertical. So which acronym will I use? HOI or VUX? VUX. So what's our equation going to be? Yep, x equals -1. Good. So it's important to remember HOI and VUX because that helps you determine how you're going to write your equation as x equals a number or y equals a number. Okay, let's look at the other slides we need to finish. We're going to go to 20. I need to get a couple of points from over here. Take them over here. We only need 2. All right, let's look at slide 20. Write an equation of the line. Write an equation of the point with the point 2,5 and perpendicular to the x-axis. So over 2, up 5. And this time the line's going to be perpendicular to the x-axis. So think about the x-axis. What would make it perpendicular? A vertical line. Are we going to use HOI or VUX? VUX, because it's a vertical line. What's our equation? Yeah, x equals 2. Let's go to the other side. Write an equation with the point 2,5 and perpendicular to the y-axis this time. So 2,5, perpendicular to the y-axis. So here's our y-axis. What kind of line is perpendicular to the y-axis? Horizontal. There we go. So then, are we using HOI or VUX? HOI. So what's the equation? Y equals 5. Good. Last 2 problems. Write an equation with the point -1, 3 perpendicular to the x-axis. So let's plot the point -1, +3. Okay, what is going to be perpendicular to the x-axis? What kind of line? Vertical. So draw a vertical line through that point. And how do we write the equation of that line? Yep, because it is VUX. So vertical undefined slope x equals what? What's the x value in that point? -1. Are getting the hang of it? Next one. Write an equation with the point -1, 3. It's perpendicular to the y-axis. If it's perpendicular to the y-axis, what is that line going to look like? Horizontal. Okay, so then how do we, is this Hoy or Bucks? Hoy. And so the equation, y equals what? Yep, 3. Okay, so let's see what slides we need to finish now. Okay, we've done 15. 16, we have a problem to do. So let's go to slide 16. Let's get out our composition book and let's do this problem. I think we just have like 2 or 3 more problems to finish through all the slides. So I'm writing in my journal, parallel lines, slide 16, number 4. So we want to write the equation of the line that's parallel to 5x plus 2y equals 10 and goes to the point -6, 7. Okay, so do y'all remember this? In order to find parallel, we have to find the slope. So we need to solve this for y. So draw your line down your equal sign. And what do we need to do? Minus 5x to both sides. We get 2y equals -5x plus 10. You should be writing this down. I don't know why you're typing in a keyboard. Divide by 2. So then that gives us y equals -5 over 2x plus 10 over 5. I mean, 10 over 2 is 5. There we go. So our slope is -5 over 2. Okay, now we haven't even done anything with this point. So we need to find out what the equation is that goes through that point. So we can do the y equals mx plus b. I think that's what most of y'all liked. And we're going to plug in a y value. So this is xy. 7 equals -5 over 2 times a -6 plus b. So 7 equals, so you do -5 over 2 times a -6. So 15 plus b. And subtract 15 on both sides. -8 equals b. So now that I know my m and my b, I can write my equation. Y equals -5 over 2x minus 8. But we do need to check it in our calculator. Check that it goes through this point. I'm not going to even put this one in because I know that their slopes are the exact same. So I'm not worried that they're not parallel. I'm just going to put this in and make sure that that point is on my table. Okay, and I want that point, -6, 7. And it's there. So that's all I needed to show. So type this equation in your digital interactive notebook. Okay, let's see what else. We're going to pick one or the other. Do y'all want to do slide 18? That one or slide 19, one of these. Slide 19, which one? No, we're doing perpendicular.
6.
Okay. All right, let's do that. This is our last one that we're going to do. And then the other ones I won't require you to do. Perpendicular line, slide 19. It's going through the point -3, -2. And is perpendicular this time to y equals x minus 2. All right, to be perpendicular, what does that mean about the slopes? Do y'all remember? Huh? They intersect at a right angle, and our slopes are opposite reciprocals. So we got to flip it and change the sign. So what is the slope of our given equation? Yeah, m equals 1, which is really like 1/1, right? So our perpendicular slope, we're going to flip it, which is still 1/1, but it's going to change the sign, negative. So our slope is -1. So let's work it out with the slope of -1 and goes through that point, -3, -2. So y equals mx plus b. So we have x, y. We're solving for b. So 2 equals -1 times a -3 plus b. So we get 2 equals -1 times a -3.
Positive 3.
Plus b. Subtract the 3. -1 equals b. So then the equation is y equals, our slope is -1 and our b is -1. So -1x minus 1. Check it in the graph and the table. So we're only putting in this and checking for that point on the table.
I thought -2
Oh, is that -2?
Oh, yeah.
Woo, y'all caught it. Good job. Did Adrian catch that? Hey, I'll give you a prize.
Me too. I did too.
Okay, so this would be -1x minus 5. See, we would have found that out looking at the table, but I'm so glad you pointed it out before then, because then I would have been embarrassed. All right, so then we have what? -3, -2. And it's there. Yay! We're done. We're done with our notes. So your assignment today is to finish your Delta Math. So you have quite a bit of time to do that. And then you can pick up the test review. I'll post it on Google Classroom also. And we are working on the test review today and tomorrow.
Yay.
Yay!